Welcome to SVG-TV News for Tuesday, December 10, 2019. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment is urging members of the public to take their personal and environmental hygiene seriously. This, as the ministry says, it is monitoring the spread of various viral and vector-borne diseases such as leptospirosis and hand, foot and mouth disease. A release issued by the ministry today states that for the past 47 weeks, there has been 15 confirmed cases of leptospirosis. Leptospirosis is a bacterial disease that affects both humans and animals and is passed through direct contact with urine of infected animals or from a urine contaminated environment. Its symptoms ranges from high fever, severe headache, muscle pain, chills, redness of eyes, abdominal pain, jaundice, bleeding in the skin, muscles and mucous membranes, vomiting, diarrhea and rash. Rodents are the primary vector of the disease, and as such the ministry is recommending the following: the trimming of overgrown vegetation and overhanging trees, proper storage and disposal of garbage, feeding one's pets during the day and disposal of remaining food. The ministry also recommends that persons avoid consuming foods which they suspect have been bitten by rodents or contaminated by urine, and to use traps and other measures to eliminate them. The spread of the hand, foot and mouth disease is another condition which is being closely monitored by the health authorities. The ministry said there has been confirmed cases of the disease at various educational institutions in the country. Hand and foot and mouth disease is a common, highly contagious viral disease which affects infants and children under the age of 5. It can also affect adults. The symptoms ranges from fever and sore throat, reducing appetite and unwell feelings. After 1 or 2 days after the fever begins, painful sores develop in the mouth. These sores usually begin as small red spots, often at the back of the mouth, that blisters. Rashes on the palm of hands, soles of feet also develop in 1 or 2 days with blisters. The disease is spread through close personal contact with an infected person via infected air particles when a person coughs or sneezes, contact with feces and contaminated surfaces. To control the spread of this disease or to prevent infection, the Ministry of Health recommends proper hygienic practices such as frequent hand washing with soap after changing diapers or using the toilet and before feeding children, and preparing food, covering nose and mouth when sneezing, and thoroughly cleaning contaminated surfaces with soap and water before use. It also advises that parents avoid sending their children to daycare if they are suffering with the disease. In other news, Richard Arundel of the Kingston Anglican School is the winner of the local leg of the 10th annual Courts OECS reading competition. Over 50 students from across the country took part in this year's competition, with 7 making it to the finals, which was held today at the Peace Memorial Hall. The boys stood out at today's finals, taking the top 3 positions. Shamari Henry of the Lomans Leeward Anglican placed second, while Isaiah Tony of the Georgetown Government School placed third. For winning the local leg of the competition, Arundel received a cash prize of $1,500 AC, a trophy from OSV and other gifts. He will also get the opportunity to read a segment of the news here on SVG-TV. Arundel will also represent SVG in the regional finals in February 2020. At today's finals, the students read from 2 passages, one a narrative and the other a news item. Here is a snippet of the top 3 readers in the competition.
The lamb casually went into the forest and played there for a long time until it turned dark in the evening. One day, as usual, the lamb wandered far off into the forest, and there he saw a spring. "I am thirsty. Let me drink some water," he thought. he decided to take water from the spring to quench his thirst. While the lamb was drinking water from the spring, a wolf watched from behind a tree. A lamb, my lucky day, the wolf thought.
You know this forest belongs only to wild animals like me. Why have you come in here to take water from this spring? Asked the wolf. The lamb knew that wolves were dangerous animals. Mother has warned me about wolves. I am sure this fellow wants to eat me for his lunch. This fellow is ferocious. I must escape from this animal, he thought. The wolf continued, you are also dirty in the water. How will I drink this polluted water now? But the spring flows from where you are standing down to where I am standing, sir, said the lamb in a meek voice.
He said, Mr. Wolf, you are right. I have dirtied the water, but I did not mean to upset you. The lamb kept on talking for a few more minutes. As the lamb spoke, the woodcutters arrived. They saw both the lamb and the wolf. They caught the wolf and beat him before letting him go. The lamb was relieved to be safe. He ran back to his mother. He told his mother what had happened in the forest with the wolf and the woodcutters. And then he promised his mother never to wander in the forest again.
At today's finals of the reading competition, Senior Education Officer Aldia Gums-Dyer encouraged parents to continue to do their part to assist with their children's academic development. Dyer said studies have shown that the involvement of parents has a positive impact on a child's educational outcome. She used the example of the mother of world-renowned neurosurgeon Ben Carson to support her point.
She ensured that rather than spending time on the television, her children took some time out to read. So she enforced that they went to the library, they read books, and they had to do book reports. And she pretended that she could evaluate these reports and give the children feedback, fully well knowing that she really couldn't read. But she was able to trick her children into believing that they thought that she knew what she was doing. And so she was involved in their education and made sure that they succeeded. So much so that Ben Carson became one of the most famous neurosurgeons, not only in America, but in the world. So parents, it doesn't matter your educational level or educational attainment, you can make a positive contribution to your children's success.
Dyer also took the opportunity to thank the nation's teachers for the hard work they continue to put in to the academic development of children nationwide.
We are all here to support you. So I urge you to be comfortable, and as we say in local parlance, I want you to go brave and do your thing. Okay, students? Teachers, on behalf of the Ministry of Education, I wish to extend a heartfelt thank you for your continued hard work. As usual, you are key players in the ministry's efforts to provide high-quality education to all students, and it is truly heartwarming when students can demonstrate excellence.
Given the judge's perspective on the competition was educator Asif Dover, who said the competition was of a high quality and praised the students for their efforts. He, however, highlighted a few areas which need to be improved.
That the competition was of a very high standard. Don't you agree? It was so high that we were fighting. Here, piece came out, earrings dropped, watches came off. But at the end of it all, we deliberated and we have 3 positions. We ask that you accept our views, our decision as final, because you know it wasn't quite easy. I'll wrap up by saying congratulations to all the participants. You were winners in your own right before you even stepped on the stage. If one is to consider the competition, you'll realize which piece was done quite easily. Shows that the other piece, which is the news item, should be done a lot more in schools. Students should be given a plethora of news items to read, to interact with. The other thing that we noted was that there were some things that were missing. Even though all of the students read really well, the THs and the R-controlled vowels and so on need to be focused on. All in all, a good competition.
Leader of the opposition New Democratic Party, Dr. Godwin Friday, held a town hall meeting in New York over the weekend and told Vincentians in the diaspora that SVG is undergoing economic hardships and outlined some of his party's plans to change things around if elected into office. One of the party's plans, he said, is to create an enabling environment that will attract more investment opportunities and place local businesses in a better position to thrive.
This year is not any better because the forecast of the central bank for 2019, and to be honest, the forecasts are usually not exceeded. From my reading over the years, it seems to me when they forecast 2%, they come in at 1.8%. So the forecast for this year is that the economy in Vincent and Grenadines will grow by 1.2%. That's 2019. That's the 2 years after the Argyle International Airport is opened. This is not growth by our standard. That does not create jobs. Now this is not the brag and boast, because the scientific people don't boast enough about their accomplishments. But it's a matter of comparison. That under the 17 years of the Democratic Party government, the economy in Vincent and Grenadines had an average annual growth rate of close to 5% per annum.
Dr. Friday told the gathering that he is in steady contact with members of the public at home and has a better understanding of their plight.
What I said is true, and it's sad. You go on the streets of Kingston now, and everybody's a vendor. It's not because they want to go there and clog up the streets of Kingston. But the one thing that people have is time. And even if they go to Kingston and they make no money for the day, they feel at least they tried something. To me, that is desperation. And I chat with the vendors on the street all the time. Because I walk about Kingston. Never mind some people say I'm lazy.
You say so, now we.
I walk Kingston all the time. When I come off the ferry, come back in the morning, usually every day.
The opposition leader further stated that there is a need for more job opportunities to be created and less handouts, noting that an NDP administration will give priority to the agriculture sector, which he said is currently ailing.
But the point is that I speak with the vendors and then call me and they talk and I say, so how are you doing today? Because I ask them how they're doing, what things are. And some will say, well, it's a little better than yesterday. Most of them is that they haven't really, it hasn't been worth it for them to come out on the street. So the economic situation in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is very difficult. So if we break it down a bit, we talk about the banana industry and agriculture. It is our position fundamentally that you can't have a country or an economy without taking care of agriculture. You have to be able to produce and feed yourself. You can't live just on inflows from tourism or from the people who go out and sail, or the remittances you send back here and then take.
Deputy Commissioner of Police Frankie Joseph encouraged the 26 officers, including 3 Vincentians, who successfully completed a basic law enforcement course through the Regional Security System Training Institute to put all that they learned into practice so that they can be the best police officers they can be. Joseph was speaking at the closing and awards ceremony of the RSS training course last Friday at the Old Montrose Police Training School.
If you neglect to implement what you were taught during the practical and theoretical exercises both in Barbados and in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you not only would have failed yourselves, you would fail your organization and the region as a whole. So use your newly acquired skills to be the best police officer that you can be. I wish to thank Lieutenant Commander Brian Roberts and his staff at the Regional Security System Training Institute for organizing this training course and all of the instructors for successfully executing it.
The Deputy Commissioner of Police said law enforcement officers must first possess the ability to do the job and then be motivated to do it, and these can only be achieved with the right attitude.
The most qualified and capable officer in your unit or organization, but your attitudes towards your job and to the people whom you took an oath to serve can hamper your success and progress. This is where training and the RSS Training Institute comes in. As law enforcement officers, training helps to prepare you for the tasks immediately at hand and those ahead by seeking to inculcate in you the skill sets and the right attitude for the job.
Joseph said the regional security system has been leading in shaping the minds and attitude of law enforcement officers in the region and beyond, and congratulated the organization.
And this graduation today of the 30 officers who participated in the RSS Basic Law Enforcement Officers course is ample proof of that. Graduates, I want you to know that although this course is called a basic course, there is actually nothing basic about this training course. Because based on the outline that I have seen, this course was as intense and comprehensive as any other training courses.
The World Cruising Club has returned to SVG with 83 persons from different parts of the world who sailed here from Cape Verde for the Arc Plus SVG 2019 season. The sailors started to arrive there last week, and a total of 23 boats, including yachts, are currently docked at the Blue Lagoon. Last evening, the SVG Tourism Authority hosted a welcoming ceremony for the sailors and yachties, which was addressed by Chief Executive Officer of the authority, Glenn Beach.
You guys seem to be enjoying yourself fully. Enjoy it to the fullest. I know you have a few days here. Just some information for you. We make the strongest white rum in the Caribbean, possibly in the world. Drink responsibly. The name of this rum is called Sunset. And it's called Sunset because after you drink it, you will see the sunset. Right? Do not overdo. We appreciate you guys coming. I hope that many of you will come again. I hope you see enough of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and appreciate it so much more that you will love it to come back even on many, many more occasions.
Beach told the sailors of the many sites here in SVG and to enjoy the variety of services in the sector.
We are the most diverse destination in the Caribbean. We have 4 main niche markets, of which you've just taken part in our biggest and most popular one, sailing and yachting. Our second is diving, of which is the most diverse in the Caribbean. Third is romance, which includes weddings and honeymoons, and for any of you that want to get divorced, we can provide that for you also. And last but not least, adventure, which includes ecotourism. I think you've already received some packages.
This is the second Art Plus event being hosted in SVG. In SVG, there is an increase this year of 20 sailors. Event coordinator of the World Cruising Club, Matt Barton, admitted that it was not an easy sailing journey, but a worthwhile one.
Time to hear all your tales and experiences along the way here, and we watch you on the yellow brick, and we do have sleepless nights wondering why you're going off at some random angle towards Venezuela or wherever else you decide to go. It's so lovely to be able to welcome you all in safe and sound, and thank you for those of you that got up even though you didn't think it was the right time to get up.
On Thursday, December 12, the sailors will be awarded for their participation in the ARC Plus SVG 2019. And the SVG Tourism Authority, in collaboration with the Regional Integration and Diaspora Unit and the 40th Anniversary of Independence Committee, hosted a small welcome reception yesterday for members and friends of the National Associates of Washington, D.C., who were passengers on the cruise ship, which made the inaugural call to Port Kingstown. Deputy Director of the Regional Integration and Diaspora Unit, Maxwell Charles, along with Chairman of the 40th Anniversary of Independence Committee, Elvis Charles, and Minister of Tourism Cecil Mackey, one hand at the cruise ship terminal to welcome the visitors to SVG.
So this morning, we are proud to know that a diaspora group bringing friends to St. Vincent are part of this grand celebration. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. So once again, welcome in a marked and special way to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I thank you.
I'd like to welcome all of you. I know Vincentians and those who socialize with Vincentians when I see them. The smile this morning was so warm. I thought you people were here a long time ago. Our theme, with strength, honor and dignity, we stand resolute at 40 and beyond. So it tells you we are not going to stop at 40 years. We are going to go beyond. We are going to be the priest to spread the message of development, of love, of patriotism here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
President of the National Associates of Washington, D.C., Lennox Simmons, said that they were happy to be in SVG and be included as part of the 40th anniversary of independence celebrations.
Closing, let me express my sincere thanks and appreciation to the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Minister of Tourism and the Ministry of Tourism, Cecil Mackey, to Mr. Maxwell Charles in the Office of the Regional Integration Diaspora Unit, part of the Prime Minister's Office. Of course, I just met Mr. Elvis Charles, so also. So we'd just like to thank everyone, the staff of REDO, who went above and beyond to welcome us here today. We're very happy to be here, and thank you very much.
The Korean 9 Mornings Committee said it will be pulling out all of the stops this year for its activities as the group celebrates its 18th year anniversary. The celebrations will begin this Friday, December 13, 2019, with the launch of its Christmas and 9 Mornings activities to be staged at Muriel Davis Yard in Korea. According to its public relations officer, Jennifer Richardson, the launch will take the form of a community concert with performances from members of the community, the Korean 9 Mornings Choir, Carlton CP Hall, and XX Steel Orchestra, among others. The audience on Friday night will also be treated to a taste of 9 Mornings in Korea. Bishop Stephen Oliver of the Faith Temple Church will do the exhortation, with former Minister of Culture Rennie Batiste delivering the feature address. She will speak on the importance of preserving culture. There will also be brief remarks from area Representative Sinclair Jimmy Prince and a representative from the National 9 Mornings Committee. The lights will also be turned on during Friday's launch. As part of its 18th anniversary celebration, the committee will also recognize several persons and one organization for their contribution to the development and sustainability of the 9 Mornings Festival in Korea. This year's activities are being held under the theme 18 Years of a Korean 9 Mornings. The festival this year is being led by new coordinator Rosamond Richardson. Friday's launch is scheduled to begin at 7 p.m. at Muriel Davis Yard on the Korea Main Road. The village of Korea is one of the leading Christmas and 9 Mornings committees in SVG and has won both titles on multiple occasions.